Guys, Joe McDonough back here with Frank the Crank Camacho. Frank, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, man. I just finished practice, got some grub. Now just talking to the man, Joe, right now.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the time. Must feel good right now to get the grub and everything. When does kind of like the weight cutting and everything start? A week, two
Uh,
weeks out?
Probably like a week out. I'm pretty good, pretty ahead of schedule, you know. So yeah, it's feeling good.
And how do you feel during camp right now? Everything good? Everything great?
Yeah, you know what was really nice is that during COVID I picked up a lot of like endurance stuff. Not was never I got into MMA, man, because I wanted to get in shape and I hated running, but I found out that I still have to run, so
Still had to
so I was
run.
like, yeah, so I was like, shit. So I've been picking up like just distance running and cycling and man, what better place than to do it back home? So it's really cool to see it like applied, the application of it into like fight camp.
hmm And you're a professional of over 30 fights at this point. I believe it's 31. Am I right there?
Dude, I don't even remember. Yeah, something like that.
That's when you know you've had so many, is when you can't even remember
Yeah.
what, whatever, 30 something, 40, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's 31. But right around there. And yet, like you said, this camp, you've been focusing on this. And it seems like still learning these new ways, these new things of endurance, these new tips, these new, all this new stuff, even, into your 30s and 30 pro fights and all of this stuff. You're still learning daily, it seems.
Joe, man, it's crazy. Like I always visualize in my head, like, when I do fight in the UFC, it's gonna be okay, yeah, we made it, but
Mhm.
it's like we made it to the UFC and it's like, holy shit, I'm still an infant. So it's
Still
it's really
learning, yeah.
cool. It's really cool, like how the martial arts saying from white to black belt is like from a seed to the top of the tree. And
Yeah.
then the just the spectrum of black belt is from the top of the tree to the stars, so it's man, that's a very, very good saying and very
Mhm.
accurate.
Absolutely, it is, and I like that you said you feel I'm still an infant. Even
Oh
UFC.
yeah, like dude, I'm a baby, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
it's like you're
I'm
there.
still
You've made it to
learning.
that goal setting, but now it's like I got to stay here. I got to get better. I got to improve,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, for
very interesting
sure.
to think about. And tell me about UFC 263. You're getting back in there. I mean, talk to me about just having a fight date. Like you said, camp's going great, everything. And to kind of have that end date to know, all right, it's almost fight week.
Yeah, man, been out for about a year. My last two fights have just been kind of like a bleh, you know.
hmm
Haven't gotten out of the first round, and it's just kind of like I'm just well. Not only am I excited to get back in there, but man, live crowd, baby.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
absolutely, yeah.
very exciting, and
And,
and,
and
and I'm
that's
sure the fans are very excited. Apparently they sold out within
yeah.
within day of opening up ticket sales.
People want to go places, man.
Yeah.
People want to get where they can go, especially for the fights. And that's not the case in the sense of fight nights. Those are still in the apex. Still no fans. The normal COVID setting, I guess. Or what has become the norm in the last year plus. So when you signed this contract, was it a little even an extra excitement just because you kind of you got the pay per view, so you're on with fans and people in the building and everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, the card is stacked,
hmm
and then second of all, man, I like when I saw that we signed and it wasn't going to be in Vegas, and I got the email from the Arizona Commission. I was like, yeah, that means there's going to be a crowd. It doesn't make sense for the UFC to leave the Apex for just like a closed door event, right?
Yeah.
So I got super stoked, man, and if you guys watch me and you watch my fight style, for the longest time. I've always just visualized fighting in front of a crowd. I'm a small time island boy, small
Mhm.
crowds, and I've just always just fantasized about stuff like that.
Absolutely, man. And June will be the day. Like you said, the last two, you haven't got out of the first round. Like you said, I like they said, bleh, that's how to describe them.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and and for you, do you feel as though your back's against the wall on this one?
Oh yeah, man, I'll be lying if if I didn't say there was no pressure. you know,
Mhm.
but it's like, man, this is the fight that I probably need, because whether I show up or not, Frivola is gonna come out, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
then that's just the type of way, the type of fighter he is. And this is the fight that I probably need just to kind of get it out there and let him fly.
Yeah. And just even from you answering that question, just the excitement that came, upon your face and your voice of, it almost seems like you're ready to prove. I mean, we already know how great of a fighter you are. That's no question. But to prove that you still belong in this setting, like you said, UFC, it's great to get there, but then you got to stay there. And it seems that you are ready to prove that you're not going anywhere.
And that's a very good point. Yeah, yet to prove, a lot of my close supporters, right? My wife,
Mhm.
my family, my teammates, my coaches, but more so, man, just to prove myself,
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it all out there, live and die by the sword.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Frivola's coming. Talk to me about Matt Frivola. Obviously a very hyped opponent. What are you expecting most from him?
Man, he's just a bunch of chaos,
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I say that all the time in all my interviews, but he's really, he is technically sound, on the feet. He has, good. You could tell he has some sort of like traditional karate or taekwondo background, with his kicks and good wrestling. He's an all around guy, man. But
Hmm.
he really just brings out the fight, and that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, absolutely. And you two together has fight of the night esque written on it. And Dana White recently at 262 had the bonuses up to 75,000. I mean, are you hope? Are you? I'm sure you're hopeful that remains the case at 263.
Man, I hope so, but at the same time, probably not, because
Yeah.
of the whole Texas thing. But at the same time too, I'm just trying to get that W,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Mhm.
try to do it with the best that I can to my best of my ability. But hey, I mean, I'll take an extra 50, 75K. Shoot.
100%, yeah. And throughout your career, like I said, you had 30 plus pro fights. You've been underdog at times, and it seems like you may come in as the underdog in this one. We talked about the proving to yourself. But does it add a little extra? Even not even in this fight, maybe in previous fights, does it add a little extra push being the underdog, or do you not even look at things like that?
If anything, I feel like there's more pressure when you're the favorite,
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, like I really hold dear like my what the people that the opinions of the people that I keep close to me.
Yeah.
And either way, man, we got 15 minutes and we're gonna fight, so it's gonna go down, So that's the way.
Yeah.
That's my approach to it.
And last one for me here, Frank. Prediction fight night. We're out in June 263 in Arizona. What's happening?
Oof. You know, I've been. I don't know if it's because of my first round finishes like in my last two fights,
Yeah.
but I'm just fantasizing about a 3-round war, dude. Like I just want that, like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me being selfish that I missed out on all the rounds from my previous two fights, but I just want to get it in, and I just want to have to dig deep, and I just want to have to grind it out, and I just want to hear him breathing while I'm trying to catch my breath, So I just want that, man. I just want to feel like just feel that again, and then with the crowd, yeah. I just want a 15-minute. I want 15 hard minutes
And I
with a hand
co-sign
raise
on
at the
that.
end.
Yeah, exactly. I co-sign on that because that sounds like a fight of the night written all over it. Frank, thank you very much for the time, and I look forward to seeing that fight.
Thanks, Joe.